Hello everybody, it's your boy the Cauterizer here, and I'm back with a little information. DC Universe did release on their forums a little insight into their Game 53 update and what they're going to be adding to the game, and I thought I'd just make a little video commentary over the changes of Celestial and let you guys know what I think and how everything's going to kind of play out now. Of course, I'm going to be doing some testing later on. I don't have access to the PC test server. Computer's not good enough to run DC Universe, sadly, but anyways, I'm still going to be testing it as soon as the update drops. Like when it drops, I'm going to be grinding my Celestial, trying every power out, recording a bunch of footage, and releasing what everything's going to be like for you guys. Okay, so anyways, let's just kind of go over it. So the big part of it is mid-range is going to be added to the power. DC Universe did release a few patches ago or posts ago that they're adding mid-range mechanics to a lot of the powers in the game to balance the damage out. I predict overtuning, just like with everything that DC Universe and Daybreak release. It might be pretty broken on release, but it also has the ability to be very underpowered, and they could tune it the opposite way, so we'll have to see what happens. I hope they get it right and put it right where it should be. And I do predict Celestial with these changes being a top tier power if they balance it correctly. I mean, with the power it has now, it's still good, but with these quality of life changes and minor buffs, it definitely might become like ice and sorcery strong, if not maybe a stronger. We'll have to wait and see. There's no way to say for now. Anyways, the mid-range mechanic is added. Pretty much all your damage is being increased. If you're within 7 meters, the max targeting distance is 13 meters, so pretty much half the distance. If you're halfway from your max targeting range, you're getting this huge damage buff, which is huge, very huge. It's also, this is another very big buff in my opinion. It's increasing the non-advanced mechanic base damage for the following powers: Divine Light, Retribution, Smite, Wrath of the Presence, Consume Soul, Haunt, and Wither. What this means is normally we start the rotation off with buffs, and then Benediction being the last buff, so you can combo into the Malediction, so that way it activates your advanced mechanic right away, so all your main damage powers start hitting their max capabilities. What this means is that you no longer have to worry about that. You can start the rotation off with any power, and I would recommend starting the rotation off with Wither now, so that way you get that Wither dot and the Plague Retribution for that, just big AoE, and then you can follow it up with a fully empowered Plague and go into the standard rotation from there. It's definitely going to be really powerful. We'll have to wait and see. And Defile's getting a change, which is our execute. No one uses executes. They're just increasing the base damage when you're not in execute range and increasing the execute damage. I'll be testing this, but I don't really foresee this being very good because it's a single target. All the executes are single target, which is why no one uses them anymore. Because all the powers are now just so AoE focused, and raids are just so AoE focused. There's not really a point for anyone to use executes anymore. Damage deployed from Divine Light and Corrupted Light, they're no longer going to be overriding. So this is huge because Celestial as a power is like the only one in the game right now that still has to worry about overriding in both the healer and damage roll. You're no longer going to have to worry about that. If you're a healer, whoever has the highest restoration out of the Celestial healers will prioritize the Purify, so that won't override. Your Divine Lights won't override. So good stuff all across the board. Again, quality of life, just because, as of now, you can't run with 2 Celestial healers or 2 Celestial DPSs without both of their abilities just being significantly hindered. And it's just more worthwhile to pull even a weaker DPS in, because if I run with another Celestial, for example, my damage is literally gets trashed. So anyways, moving on from that, the next big one is, besides those bug fixes and not being able to override, is power cost and animation for Divine Light, and the healer roll is now going to be the same as damage roll, which, another quality of life. More speed, less power cost for that heal. Lastly, this is a huge change. It's mostly just an artificial intelligence quality of life, but it's actually a buff for the way it works. Divine Light and the Corrupted Divine Light is now going to be deployed as a 7-meter damage field, hitting 8 enemies at your target, rather than indiscriminately deploying tiny 2.5-meter fields under 4 enemies anywhere within 25 meters. So what this essentially means is that no longer is the 4 Plague Wills that we can put out going to be split randomly. Those are all going to be focused around the area we're targeting. and it's pretty much means that you're going to get more plague wells hitting more targets in that grouped up area, just making the ability less random. Like, it was better the way it is now when Throne was huge because ads coming in from all directions, but now that ads are still most of the time focused on one point, Celestial kind of took a indiscriminate nerf from that itself, just raid mechanics being changed. So with this, it's focusing it back more onto the grouping, making it more balanced like other powers, and you're getting more wells, which means you're getting more AoE from multiple targets, which means this is probably going to hit harder. We'll see what they do with it. But yeah. Anyways, and my final thoughts here is I do think Celestial right now is a very good power. You know, it's obviously not as strong as Sorcery or Ice, but it's definitely a really good power. It's stronger than Gadgets, which is a top tier power right now. Um, I'm not sure about Fire and Mental. I mean, it's probably right on the level of Fire and Mental. It's really balanced over the round where those are. Ice and Sorcery just leagues above everything else, but I think with these buffs and quality of life changes, it definitely might be top 3, top 2, maybe even number 1. We'll have to see how much damage it gets increased with the mid-range mechanic, but if it's what I think it is, I hope it's going to be number 1, but I think that's a stretch and a lot of people might not agree. Like I said, we don't have enough information at the point in time to see how much damage we're going to be receiving from this. That's just what I think. But it's definitely right now a very good power, and with these buffs, it's going to be top tier, I guarantee it. Unless they just nerf it and significantly undertune it. This is going to be a top tier power. So prepare your buttholes, guys. Level up your Celestial because ride the hype train all the way. Anyways, I'm your boy Cauterizer, and I'm out. Peace. Also, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I would definitely love to hear your guys' thoughts and what you think, everything like that. And anyways, have a good day. I'm out.